Welcome to Absolute Facts, where illusions shatter and the truth hits hard. 2025 promised unforgettable television, but not every show survived the spotlight. Some were torn apart by critics, while others bled viewers episode by episode, collapsing under the weight of their own hype. Tonight, we're exposing the series that didn't just stumble, they crashed. From highly anticipated premieres that flamed out instantly, to once-beloved shows whose new seasons proved they'd lost their soul. This is Absolute Facts, and these are the TV series that shocked everyone by failing in 2025. Number 10. The Wheel of Time, Season 3. Imagine a fantasy epic so ambitious it could have rivaled Game of Thrones. That was the promise of The Wheel of Time. But even grand visions can collapse under harsh reality. When it premiered in 2021, audiences had already moved past the fantasy boom sparked by Game of Thrones. Despite Amazon spending an estimated $80 to $120 million per season, the series never became a true cultural phenomenon. It delivered stunning visuals, loyal fans, and respect for Robert Jordan's novels, yet viewership never reached the scale it needed. After 3 massive seasons, the wheel stopped turning in 2025, not due to lack of creativity, but timing. Number 9. Iron Heart. Marvel promised a thrilling miniseries, but Iron Heart became a lesson in how even giants can stumble. Critics were cautiously positive, yet audiences were far less forgiving, giving it one of the lowest Rotten Tomatoes scores in MCU history. Early streaming numbers showed potential, but respectable wasn't enough for a Marvel property built on obsession and hype. Trolls aside, the show had heart and style, yet never ignited fan passion. With its future uncertain, Iron Heart remains a clear case of unrealized potential. Number 8. The Recruit, Season 2. When The Recruit premiered in 2022, it exploded with over 26 million views in just 3 weeks. A second season felt inevitable, but when it arrived in early 2025, the spark was gone. Season 2 pulled only 15 million views, a sharp decline worsened by poor timing and competition from The Night Agent. The quality remained solid, but the audience had moved on. Netflix quietly canceled the series, proving that in streaming, being good isn't enough, you have to be remembered. Number 7. Clean Slate. Clean Slate didn't fail loudly. It vanished. Co-created by Laverne Cox and George Wallace, and backed by Norman Lear, it had heart, humor, and powerful storytelling. Critics praised it, but most viewers never even knew it existed. The show centered on a deeply personal family reunion, blending comedy with humanity. Yet after just 1 season, Amazon pulled the plug. Whether it was poor promotion, uncomfortable timing, or platform hesitation, Clean Slate never received the chance it deserved. Number 6. Edo. Amazon thought they had a sure thing. Amy Sherman Palladino and Daniel Palladino, the creative minds behind the marvelous Mrs. Maisel, delivered brilliance once again. Or so they hoped. Before the series even premiered, Edo was granted a 2-season order, a bold vote of confidence for a show about 2 ballet companies trading talent across the Atlantic in a desperate bid to reverse their fortunes. With seasoned performers like Luke Kirby leading the cast, the series seemed destined to pirouette straight into success. Critics loved it. Reviews praised the Palladinos' signature wit, emotional depth, and intricate storytelling. Yet the audience didn't follow in the numbers Amazon expected. Despite its pedigree, Edo barely cracked Prime Video's top 10. And with production costs soaring, the streaming giant pulled the plug after just 1 season, snatching away a show that had promise before it could even fully land. In the end, Edo became a cautionary tale. Even legends aren't immune to the cold calculus of streaming platforms. Ambition, talent, and creativity aren't always enough. Sometimes, no matter how perfectly choreographed, the show simply doesn't make the stage it deserves. Number 5. Pulse. Medical dramas were once the heartbeat of television, but by the time Netflix released Pulse, the genre was starting to feel like a relic of a bygone era. Yet with HBO's The Pitt dominating the scene, audiences had proved that there was still life in procedural storytelling if it had the right pulse. Pulse wasn't that show. Critics were underwhelmed, calling the characters shallow and the storylines lifeless. The tension, the drama, the stakes, they just didn't resonate. And the numbers reflected that. Viewership flatlined, vanishing from the Nielsen streaming charts in just 2 short weeks. 3 months after its debut, Netflix officially declared the series dead on arrival. Even without the pit casting its shadow, Pulse may have been destined for failure. It was a reminder that in television, pedigree isn't enough without heart. A show won't survive. And sometimes, even a genre built on life and death can fail to catch its own. Number 4. The Residents. Netflix seemed poised for a hit. Produced by Cheyenne, a studio celebrated for back-to-back successes, and led by Emmy winner Uzo Aduba alongside Giancarlo Esposito, The Residents had all the ingredients for a runaway thriller. A gripping murder mystery, critical praise, and star power. It looked unstoppable. But here's the twist. Audiences didn't bite. When the series debuted, viewership lagged behind expectations. Netflix subscribers were distracted by Adolescence, which had premiered just a week earlier, leaving The Residents struggling to capture attention. Even topping Nielsen's streaming charts in the U.S. was too little, too late. Within months, Netflix pulled the plug, canceling the costly whodunit before a second season could take shape. The Residents wasn't a failure in creativity or execution, it simply couldn't find its audience in time. A stark reminder that even with all the right pieces, a show can still vanish before it truly arrives. Number 3. And Just Like That. Season 3. A built-in fan base doesn't always guarantee success. And Just Like That, the highly anticipated follow-up to Sex and the City, had viewers lining up for at least one season, but even loyalty has its limits. What started as a nostalgic return quickly faltered when the show misread its audience. In an attempt to appear more progressive, beloved characters came across as awkward, out of touch, and uncomfortably forced. The result was brutal. Ratings that once promised longevity plummeted nearly 60%, and by season 3, viewership had sunk so low that HBO Max's decision to end the revival felt inevitable. What could have been a triumphant return instead became a cautionary tale about the dangers of losing the essence that made fans fall in love in the first place. In the end, even legacy and hype couldn't save a story that forgot who it was meant to be. Number 2. Suits, LA. After Suits found renewed life on Netflix, NBC Universal rushed to create a spin-off. Suits LA promised West Coast legal drama, but lacked the characters fans loved. Guest appearances weren't enough to anchor the series, and new leads failed to connect. Ratings sank fast, and the show was canceled within a single season, proving legacy only works when the heart remains intact. Number 1. All's Fair. No show in 2025 fell harder than All's Fair. Marketed as Ryan Murphy's next prestige hit, it launched with massive hype and star power. Early numbers spiked, but curiosity faded quickly. Critics tore into its shallow writing, and once the buzz died, viewership collapsed. All's Fair became the ultimate reminder that fame, money, and glossy production mean nothing without substance, making it 2025's most spectacular television crash.